Trying to get my dribble right. Boom, boom, boom. It's been a while. I ain't been in the booth in a minute. I've been broke. Yep, I've been broke. That's because I re-up with everything, though. You know what I'm saying? Feel good to be back. Give me an episode in. Mic check, mic check. We good? Mic check, mic check. Oh, man. Sounds crystal clear. You got the music already? You could use that, the last music that we used, it was from Lil Murda Official. I think it was called Time. Yeah. 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 All right. Subscribe to the channel for Real Gully TV for the latest in hip-hop, sports, and fashion. Make sure y'all go to my websites and get right. I got 2 of them now. That's why I stay broke, man. I stay in investment. I got 2 of them now. I got my personal haberdashery. That's the realdribble.com. And then I just launched the master website for the PA Knit brand. That's PA-Knit, KNIT.com. Make sure you go over there, man. Get you some of them hoe catches and shit like that. Both websites booming on the highest capacity. Pillmatic drops Wednesday, I believe. I believe that's the 15th. May 15th. Pillmatic 2. So, the sequel, produced by the great P.A. Dre. Yeah. How we looking? I need all of that audio. Can you use all of that? You don't have to, but...
I mean, you could redo it, but I'm getting a buzz.
Okay, do your thing. I'm recording it in here anyway, so go ahead. Just let me know when. Anyway, yeah, we got to go over a few things today, man. We got to go over some NBA shit. I got some NBA shit for y'all. I got some WNBA shit for y'all. I got some life shit for y'all. That's Nick right there making his appearance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, get the equipment.
You know what I'm saying? Getting the audio and shit right. So, you know, when y'all hear me say, "You ready, Nick?" That's the man and shit. You know what I mean? I ain't been in this booth in a minute, though. I've been broke. I've been broke the last few weeks, man. You know what I'm saying? These sessions start piling up sometimes. I had to step back, get my money right and shit, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I re-up with everything. I got a few packages coming this week. The album dropping this week. I'm going to get all my money back. You know what I'm saying? Starting this week. So I'm cool with that. I got a dentist appointment on Monday. You know what I mean? Make sure my smile is radiant. I'm off the reefer now. I'm looking all gorgeous on camera. Y'all see me? And yeah, man, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Whenever you're ready, man. I'm gonna have to come up out of this. It's gonna get hot in here. It's gonna get hot in here. Just came from the gym, fresh out the gym. PA Knit, the most dynamic fashion accessory in the world today. Make sure you go get yours from my new master website, PAKnit.com. Peace. You ready, Nick? Let's get it in. Some of that dope underground hip hop. Shout out to Lil Murda Official, West Philly. Shout out to Emilio Sparks, West Philly and shit. I caught up with Sparks recently and shit. That's my man. Sparks, God bless you, man. Keep on striving. I love you. Yeah. Truck drivers, I've been away. I've been perfecting the dribble. I ain't going nowhere. The album is done. I got my sleeves rolled up. I've been getting busy. Whenever you see me, know that I'm busy. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that's going to separate us from this thing of ours. Yeah. Shout out to the hip hop underground. Pillmatic 2. Dropped this week, man. That shit was tedious as a motherfucker. I'm glad it's over with. God damn, man. Me and Dre fought. I was fighting with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be my way and shit, man. I'm the point guard, man. I'm calling these plays. It ain't gonna go no other way, man. I got the court vision. That's what it is and shit. But anyway, yeah, PA Dre, man, came through in a clutch. Another dope creation. This time it's a double disc, a side A and a side B. You know what I'm saying? As I told y'all, man, I'm going to recreate that whole Rockets Records vibe, and that's what I'm giving to y'all and shit. Some dope underground hip-hop, some shit that y'all ain't never seen and heard before. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, shout out to everybody that's tuning in. First off, I got to give Ghostface Killah props for this album. Ghostface Killah dropped the album called Set the Tone on May 9th. That's my mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. My mom's 76 years old. I was born in 76. It's all mathematics and shit. But Ghostface is a Taurus as well. And Hattie Racks. And the Mussolini. You know what I'm saying? So happy birthday to all you people and shit. But anyway, Set the Tone, the album by Ghostface Killah. Ghostface Killah is the definition of staying in your lane. Staying in your fucking lane. And what I mean by that is this. You hear a lot of music critics say how musicians need to mature and develop and experiment with new concepts and sounds and production and shit like that. In my opinion, that's you looking for disaster if you change your formula on any level. Don't listen to no fucking music critic. They don't make fucking music and shit. Stay true to your passion. And Ghostface Killah, he sticks to his formula, man, and that's what's been working for him. He's consistently, and eventually became, in my opinion, the most decorated out of all of the 10 Wu-Tang Clan members as a solo artist and shit. He just kept giving up good dope, and this album set the tone, man. By track 5, he got you already convinced. By track 4 or 5, man, as soon as you hit play, you know what I'm saying? The first song is 6 minutes. That's with Sheek Louch and Jim Jones. Fire. You know what I'm saying? I keep telling y'all, Jim Jones is one of the faces of East Coast hip-hop. Whether you like him or not, Jim Jones is one of the, if they had a Mount Rushmore for the last 15, 20 years of hip-hop from the East Coast, Jim Jones' face would be up there alongside 50 Cent and a few other people for his consistency. And he gonna give you that shit. And Jim Jones, again, he didn't change his formula and shit. He continues to find ways to talk about bricks, fly bitches, and fast cars and shit. That's something that we come to expect from him. He don't too much deviate from that criteria. Some people says, oh, you 50 years old, you need to change. I don't want my music to change. I don't want my music to change. My musical palette is not gonna change. My taste for music is not gonna change. So stick to the script, and that's what Jim Jones, Sheek Louch, and Ghostface did on that record 6 minutes, man. It got the hook 6 minutes, you know what I'm saying, which is a ripped from an old Dougie Fresh song and shit like that. The Show, actually, and shit. After that, you got another joint with him and Method Man. I forget the name off the top of my head. I just did this fucking this album review yesterday, but anyway, he got a joint with Method Man. This fire. Him and a fellow Wu-Tang member, going back to back, throwing darts. What will a Ghostface Killah project be without that signature song that samples one of them old 1970s soul joints? And that would be this record called Skate Odyssey, featuring Raekwon the Chef. That one got heavy playback value. And I haven't even got to the song that he has with Nas, Scar Tissue and shit. This album is one of the dope ones that came out in 2024. A lot of music, no matter how people try to hype it up, by whoever is the author of it, the staying power be a week tops, 2 weeks tops, and then it's on to the next. But the musical wheels and the internet and shit like that is turning really, really fast. So by the time you sink your teeth in one project, somebody else got some shit coming out. You know what I mean? Conway the Machine dropped, I believe, yesterday and shit. But this Ghostface joint is very necessary. Go out and get that. Set the tone. If you love Wu-Tang Clan, if you love dope lyricism, concepts, and flavor, it's dripping with flavor, man. He continues to give you that Ghostface Killah formula all the way down to the artwork on the front cover. He wearing the beaver hat. The same beaver hat that he been rocking for the last 20-some years and shit. He got a brown one on. And he just stays in his lane. And for those who's watching this, the music that comes from your soul, put that out. Don't try to cater to the fans or nothing like that. Don't try to cater to your friends. Put out your passion. And you, if it's good, you will develop an audience based on your offering and shit. Don't do no funny shit, man. Like, Ghostface never did the auto-tune, and, you know, he never put on the nerd glasses. Like, you seen every couple of years and shit, a different trend comes through music, and a lot of people jump on that shit. Ghostface ain't one of them guys. He's always been Ghost. So shout out to Ghost Dini and the whole Staten Island, man. A lot of good music coming out of there and shit. Hands On. Shaheem, of course. Shaheem been getting busy. I still got the documentary dropping with him. I watched the documentary this morning. Think it's on Hulu. It's called The Mysterious Death of Eazy-E, and it was very eye-opening to me, but it also inspired me to put more money into my Shaheem project, and it also gave me some ideas for some concepts that I might want to apply. Not no bite and shit, just watching this joint and spark thought. But anyway, there's always been some, you know, questionable shit going on with Eazy-E's death. If you haven't seen this documentary, go check it out. It's on Hulu. It's called The Mysterious Death of Eazy-E. Anyway, boom. I just came from the gym. I have to share this with y'all. Shit. I just came from the gym and I had this encounter with this older white gentleman. I don't even have to call him a gentleman. I call him a fucking caveman and shit. I had an encounter with this guy, and it was at the whirlpool. I came to get in the whirlpool, and he said, hey, you need to shower before you get in here. I said, man, who the fuck you think you talking to? Who the fuck you think you talking to? And he said, you need to shower. Man, mind your fucking business. I came to the gym from the spa. I had just got done being wrapped in spearmint leaves and shit like that. And after I got done wrapped, the adhesive that they wrap you with, you know, with the spearmint leaves and shit, you got to wash that shit off. So I immediately went to the shower and shit. And the gym is like 2 blocks away. Probably not even 2 blocks. So I came in, you know, kind of like damp and shit. I dried off the best I could, but I was on the move because I knew I had to get to this booth session today. And this motherfucker got all in my, you know, I ended up cussing him the fuck out. You know, when I go left, first thing I say is suck a dick. That go to anybody and shit. It pissed me off. Told this old motherfucker, man, suck a dick. Who the fuck you think you talking to? This ain't the fucking 1960s. You shouldn't even be saying nothing to me, period. Old motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And your racism is showing because a black man is coming to get in this motherfucking whirlpool with you and shit like that. And I believe that's what you were uncomfortable with. But I cussed this motherfucker the fuck out, right? And I was pissed. I wanted further wreck with this motherfucker. I wanted him to say something else, man. I'm damn near about to splash water in this old motherfucker face. You know what I'm saying? I was pissed the fuck off, right? So, boom. Let me tell you how, you know, good energy, God, karma, however you want to title. Let me show you how this works. So we sat in there together for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and he finally rises up out the water to get out. This motherfucker damn near dead. This motherfucker was damn near dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't see this because he was underwater. I only seen his neck and shit. You know what I'm saying? And when he got up out the water, he could hardly make his way the fuck up out the whirlpool and shit. Like, this motherfucker was out of breath, bent the fuck over. I'm talking about the Crypt Keeper. It looked like the fucking Crypt Keeper and shit. Like, he was in bad shape. And when I seen that he was struggling to get out the motherfucker, man, I'm like, I had to laugh to myself. Man, you let this old motherfucker get you all tight, your feelings and shit, man. And he 2 steps from the graveyard and shit. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that, man. So I'm sharing this with y'all to say, man, be careful who you invest your energy into. I was ready to go all the way left field with this old ass man and shit. This motherfucker could hardly walk. And I'm looking at him like, look at this old devil, old caveman and shit. And he's without a doubt racist. He's at that age that when you was young, y'all was running around calling motherfuckers boy and shit like that. But it ain't like that no more. And you damn near dead. You know what I'm saying? So you about looking at my body. I'm all muscular and tatted and shit like that, bald headed, looking like God, and you disturbed by it. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know you're in a privileged position to even share the same space or the same water with me, man. Maybe some of this sea moss and shit'll seep up out my pores and get on your old ass, man, and revitalize your whole dribble and shit. But yeah, man, I'm like, man, these motherfuckers with this racism and shit. Racism is still very much alive in America, man. It just seems like it's always gonna be some shit between us and them, for whatever reason, man. And I ain't got no problem saying it, man. Like I'm gonna use my platform to exercise the truth and share it with everybody and shit. But like, man, this old racist ass motherfucker had me all upset, and he damn near dead. And this motherfucker could die Monday, and I was all in my, you know. He got all in my spirit and shit. Just opening his mouth though, you know what I'm saying? He was comfortable addressing a black man and shit, or giving a black man a directive. I told him, man, shut the fuck up, eat a dick. For whatever reason, the dick talk, he piped down. Once it got to that, he just had this dumbass, yeah, eat a dick, old motherfucker, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? He kind of like piped down. But anyway, the racism shit is very much alive in America, man. And what I'm gonna use to support this is the way Caitlyn Clark is exposing America. She's exposing America, man, in so many ways. She's exposing the system, the infrastructure associated with the WNBA, the corporations. They just all type of shit was brought to life in Caitlyn Clark's presence. But one of the first things that just blew the top off the whole shit was her coming to the league and getting a signature shoe by Nike, right? Boom. And when that happened, people in the WNBA, people outside of the WNBA said, well, damn, Nike, y'all giving out signature shoes to motherfuckers who ain't even played a minute in the league yet? And Aja Wilson for the Las Vegas Aces is a two-time MVP. She don't got a shoe, period, right? And from that, it made it to, I think it was Good Morning America. I was watching a Good Morning America episode, and they was talking about this sneaker thing. And they ended up pointing out, not only does Caitlyn Clark have a signature shoe, there's 3 other white athletes, female, in the WNBA who have signature shoes. One was by Nike. One was by Puma. I can't remember the other 2 brands. They also could have been Nike, but they were all white. They had them all on the screen on Good Morning America. And Gayle King was one of the people sitting at the table covering this story. And I know she was offended in a motherfucker. She said it flat out. She said, we got to get some black athletes up there to be a part of this. Like, goddamn, a good part of the WNBA is black females and shit. Like, how don't none of them, including a 2-time MVP, have her own signature shoe? You know what I'm saying? And I woke up this morning and Nike, being exposed, gave Aja Wilson her signature shoe. So she got a signature shoe coming out. And that was something that, raised some eyebrows to me and shit. In regards to it, I'm Nike down right now. I'm Nike down right now. Sweatsuit, sneakers, you know what I'm saying? Nobody is well known that nobody is a bigger consumer of material shit, especially sneakers and shit like that, like black people and shit. So if y'all want to blatantly disrespect our black female athletes, you know what that could lead to. Fucking boycott, and y'all don't want none of that. So yeah, they ended up giving her her own signature shoe. Boom. That's one incident. After that, you have the when after the draft, the WNBA, of course, the season has kicked off, and on opening night, I believe it was, people, of course, a lot. The WNBA has been resuscitated because of Angel Reese, Caitlyn Clark, and a bunch of other people. It was like probably like 10 good stars came to the league this year, but the WNBA is popping again. And on opening night, the WNBA, they have, the season ticket holders, and they have which I would refer to as the NBA ticket. That's when people at home can buy a package so they can watch all the NBA or WNBA games. But anyway, when the ticket came out and people wanted to tune in on opening night, the WNBA and whoever they have the contract with for the WNBA season ticket profiled the Caitlyn Clark game, and Angel Reese, and it's another chick from Brazil. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but they both play for the Chicago Sky. Their game wasn't even available on the ticket. And that, again, like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Where's the equality and shit? Like, y'all giving Caitlyn Clark all of this access and all this adoration, and she hasn't won anything yet. She hasn't done anything yet. Let me take this shit a step further. We all know that, for many years, probably dating back decades, when someone wins a national championship, or someone wins, in college a national championship, or someone in the NFL win the Super Bowl, or the NBA champions, or the World Series, they normally go to the White House and shit like that. That's something that's, afforded. They've given access to the president or whatever, and the team goes and meet the president, shake hands, pictures, and all of that. Boom. South Carolina Gamecocks, coached by Don Staley, black coach, black program, black dominated, basketball program. They won the women's NCAA tournament. They the champions. They didn't get invited to the White House. You know who they invited to the White House? They invited Caitlyn Clark and her team and shit. They didn't win shit. You know what I'm saying? They totally acted like Don Staley and the South Carolina Gamecocks aren't the national champions. They didn't get no invite. But the losing team, the team that lost, got the invite. Blatant racism and shit exposed and shit in sports and shit. And y'all know who dominates sports, man. From all angles and shit, it's us. But that's something that is putting it right out there in your face and shit, man. And it's actually, the shit that's going on, it's actually turning a lot of people against Caitlyn Clark. Probably not so much the fans, but you see other players in the league. She even had a teammate that spoke out against her. She ain't even played 10 games yet. A teammate who's a veteran was like, yeah, she's cool, but she need to learn how to play team ball. Diana Taurasi said things about her like, yeah, she cool. She dominated college and shit, but, this league here is, it's grown women here and shit. Like, you feel that you the man, come here and do that shit here. So that's something that's going on with the world. Caitlyn Clark helped expose racism in America and shit. Moving right along, NBA playoffs is popping like a motherfucker. The Knicks, they lost last night. I think it was last night, yeah. Yeah, the Knicks lost last night to Indiana. They on the road. The Knicks are hurt a little bit. They still almost pulled this game off. I'm pulling for the Knicks. I'm enjoying everything that's going on with the Knicks. A theory that I seen it repeated by Gilbert Arenas, and he was saying that if Julius Randle was healthy and playing, it wouldn't be going the way it's going for the Knicks and shit. And they were saying that he's ball dominant. He wants to hold up the ball and shit like that and do a bunch of unnecessary shit. And it will disrupt Jalen and the Villanova Wildcats from doing their thing, because that's who's interjected all of this energy into the organization. Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo, and Jalen Brunson and shit. That trifecta. And then you got OG. The team, they've come together, man. They've gelled really, really well. And if you know basketball, and if you've watched Julius Randle, you know that he just one of them dudes that want to be the man. Like, he wants to be the man. He wants to shoot threes. He wants to score 30, 40 points and shit like that. And he's capable of doing that. And I'm not saying he's not a good player and shit. I'm just saying the chemistry, the way that the team is winning right now, they moving that ball around really, really fast and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of cutting, a lot of cutting. Brunson's running around screens and shit. You could tell that the team understands that it's best that we go through Jalen for this whole situation to work. You know what I'm saying? And Jalen getting 40 a night. He just had like 4 straight games with 40 points. He had a career playoff high for the Knicks of 47. I believe that happened in the bars in Madison Square Garden. And if Randall was there, and if you know basketball, a lot of that shit wouldn't be going on. Them 40, because he's trying to get 40. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get 35 and shit like that when he should have his big ass under the glass with fucking Hart, you know what I'm saying, battling them big men and shit, you know what I'm saying, and playing his position, man. The basketball is dominated mostly when you got good guys who understand personnel and understand who on the team is the best three-point shooter, who on the team is the best clutch player, and don't interrupt that, don't disturb that. And Julius Randle was somebody who definitely will disturb their chemistry and shit. I said it myself. I said, man, when he come back, he gonna fuck up all of this shit that they got going on. Like, they probably should trade him and try to get something for him. I'm not saying he ain't no good player. I'm saying that he will come back and fuck that whole Villanova nucleus and the way it's operating up. He will fuck it up, and I'm sticking to that. Moving right along, I have to talk about this. I talked about it on my live stream last night, but the battle rap shit has taken center stage. What I mean by battle rap, not so much the URL or the, none of that, nothing like that, but MCs battling, diss records, let's say that. The diss record climate right now is going crazy. I told y'all weeks ago when J. Cole, when the big three battle kicked off, that's J. Cole, Drake, who's suspect as a motherfucker, and Kendrick Lamar. They got so much attention on social media and on Twitter and on YouTube. I said, man, the rest of these rappers, they not gonna sit back and just watch this shit happen and let them niggas get all the light. It's gonna be everybody gonna start dissing, and it happened. Before you know it, you had Chris Brown and Quavo. You had Cassidy fire at Easy the Block Captain. Rick Ross got in it, you know what I'm saying? And Game last night, he premiered a diss track directed at Rick Ross on DJ Academic's channel. Game has been somebody who's always kind of been in the diss lane, the diss record lane and shit. He popularized his certain signature style of disses, man. He would go long-winded. He'd give a motherfucker 500 bars and 300 bars and run it. Like, he used to have these long-ass diss records where he just go crazy on a motherfucker and shit. And they was good. They was pretty good and shit. Him barking up this tree with Rick Ross, it ain't gonna work, my nigga. Like, you telling us that he was a CO and he ain't sold no cocaine and all of that. The real Rick Ross came home from prison. The real Rick Ross. Rick Ross from California. Freeway Rick Ross, the real Rick Ross, came home and tried to reclaim his name and identity and said, yo, this nigga ain't sold no kilos. He stole my name. He stole my identity. I'm him. I believe he even sued. But the shit didn't work, and didn't nobody stop fucking with Rick Ross. Rick Ross, the rapper, puts out dope music. You know what I'm saying? Maybach music. You already know what to expect when you hear that drop. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got a library of dope-ass music, man. Music that is entertaining. Music that chicks like. Music that you could play at the barbecue. He has a library of soulful, smooth ass fly guy not diss records, but he got a whole library of this elegant luxury style boss hip hop music, man, that we like. We like that shit. It's good music. He's Dice Pineapple, Stay Scheming, the joints he did with Meek Mill, Pandemonium, I'm a Boss, like, Rick Ross is long-winded, man, and he deserves his position in hip-hop because he got the fucking library. You can go pull up any one of his albums, Rich Forever, any one of them joints. Them shit smack. Them shit smack. All of them. All of them. He's never put out no music that was mediocre or wasn't no good. I can't recall it. I would have to look very, very, very thoroughly to see if I can find some subpar Rick Ross contributions. For the most part, there ain't none and shit. Game wants attention, obviously. He's always been kind of like a dude that want to be in the mix and shit like that. But Game, the record, this record that you put out, Pimp, that shit ain't no good. It's not. It's not. We've seen you do better, number one. Number two, the information, the dirt that you was kicking about him being a CO, about Ross being a CO and not selling cocaine for real and shit like that. That's all been said already. Rick Ross is battle tested. He's a seasoned, he's been in some shit with 50 Cent, your former boss. And he's somebody who survived 50 Cent. Like a lot of people didn't survive attacks by 50 Cent. Rose survived that shit, and 50 gradually just went away, just left him alone and shit. And that's the truth of the matter. So as of right now, I need y'all to pack all these disc records up because my album come out Wednesday the 15th. We're going to get back to listening to dope ass music, man. That's just what it is and shit. Like, so y'all go ahead and do y'all thing over the weekend. It's about to be over with, and we're going to get back to our regular program and shit. You know what I'm saying? Pillmatic 2 on the way. Make sure y'all listen to that Set the Tone project by Ghostface Killah. And make sure y'all continue to tune in to Gully TV, man. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be a part of what y'all see online and shit, man. I know that my calling is greater. I just don't feel that I should occupy the same space with desirables like Whack 100, Hassan Campbell, and all. We shouldn't be in the same class, period. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't have nothing in common, period. We shouldn't occupy the same professional space or nothing, man. Like, it's not a good look for me. That's how I feel about it. I'm someone who talks to myself a lot. There's nothing wrong with talking to yourself, by the way. I talk to myself a lot, and I ask myself, is this where you're supposed to be? Is this where you're most effective at? And I listen to a lot of philosophers and a lot of, billionaires, a lot of investors like Warren Buffett, and I listen to the things that come out their mouth, and they say, whatever you see everybody else doing, do the total opposite. And that's something that rings out in my mind all the time. You know what I'm saying? And when you cut on YouTube and you see every motherfucking body in front of a microphone, or everybody got headphones on, or everybody has a podcast, everybody's trying to interview a motherfucker, there's just no future in it for somebody with an original spirit like me and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in a process of, I definitely got to write another book, but I'm transitioning from this to acting and shit like that. That's something that's gonna 100% be a part of my resume. Y'all make sure y'all wish me luck and tune into my upcoming films. I gotta do this project with Shaheem. This shit has been going on for some years now, probably like 2 years. It was supposed to come out last summer, but so much other shit has came. I made albums. My clothing brand took off. I got the restaurant now, Vegan NoHo, out in North Hollywood, California. That's my vegan restaurant. Make sure y'all support that. If you follow me on Instagram, at @IamGullyTV_, you can see the restaurant and get the information, and go out there and visit the restaurant, man. Get you some good home cooked, healthy, vegan cuisine, man. Make sure you go out there. Shout out to my partner, Gia Law. And make sure y'all tune in and stay tuned in to what I'm doing. I've been fielding a lot of phone calls from a lot of powerful people, and people are scrambling right now. Y'all just don't know it because it hasn't made it to online yet. But a lot of people are scrambling right now, and a lot of people are acknowledging everything that I just said to y'all. Everybody's doing podcasting and shit. Everybody's in front of these cameras. damn, Gully, what's the next thing to do, man? What you got going? A lot of people trying to partner with me and shit like that. The cream will rise to the top. That's just what it is and shit. And I'm starting to understand how powerful I am, how much relevance I have, and who's watching me. I'm learning a lot about that. So I'm telling y'all now, it's going to be some changes in this shit that y'all see online and shit, y'all. It's going to be some changes. This what you looking at? This shit that was sparked during the pandemic, because that's when everybody ran to YouTube and shit. That's when all these podcasts and all this crazy shit came into play. People are starting to understand I'm not really making any footing. You can't. Not when everybody's interviewing the same motherfuckers. You know what I mean? A nigga that you see on Vlad, you're going to see on $1 million worth of game. You're going to see on Drink Champs and shit. Like, you got a lot of niggas who are basically doing tours online, going from platform to platform and just trying to be seen, but they don't know. What you're doing is you watering down your relevancy and you destroying your brand. You self-sabotaging your brand. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's valuable is obscured and covered up. You know what I'm saying? You got to dig for something that's valuable. Diamonds, gold, oil, those are natural resources, but God's Cipher Divine is a natural resource too. That's me. Anyway, make sure y'all follow me on Twitter at GullyTV1. I'm over there tweeting like a motherfucker. I made a statement the other day. Raised a lot of people got their panties in a bunch. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say what the fuck I feel, and I'll say it again. It's a lot of stealing going on, man. Sometimes it starts out subtle, but people are scrambling. Niggas are scrambling. I'm telling you, it's a lot of thieving going on. A lot of thieving going on, man. Protect your intellectual property, man. And you know who does most of the stealing? People in high places. People in high places, the people who seem to be established or a star and shit. They not in the trenches, man, creating and hitting that lab on a regular and putting that pen to the pad and shit like those who trying to get on. Once they get on, they put their feet up and shit like that. But protect your intellectual property, man, because everybody don't have flavor. Everybody don't have original style and shit like that. Shout out to everybody who's on my album, man. We dropping Wednesday. Available on all streaming sites. Make sure you go get Pillmatic too, man. Produced by P.A. Dre. Nick, that's all I have, man. I appreciate you allowing me to grace your booth. I don't know how many more times I'm come down here. I've been thinking about getting my own recording devices and shit. This shit getting expensive, man. Like, I know I didn't at least spend a Acura Legend in this motherfucker. Son, I know you done got an Acura out me. Anyway, I appreciate you, man. Continue to mix and master my shit on the highest level. Give me some of that dope ass hip hop for my truck drivers. I got to get up out of here. Fat Man Scoop, I appreciate you. Me and Scoop got some shit on the way. I'm telling y'all, the cream rises to the top, man. I'm going to continue to stay on top. I promise you. Peace.